Good evening, everyone. I'm just setting up everything here. I just want to make sure that everything is working, and we will start very, very shortly. Whoever is live, can you please let me know if you can hear my voice, if it's coming out normally? Yes, perfect. Thank you, Carlos. All right, first, we would like to apologize. Today, we could not have our lecture in Portuguese. We had some technical problems, which I was also having little issues here before to log in, but it's all sorted now, so which is good. So first of all, I would like to welcome you all online. Say thank you so much for being here. It's a great pleasure, in on behalf of Paul Stephen Spirit Center. It's a great pleasure to have this opportunity to talk to you guys as much as we can live. Hopefully we'll be back in person at the center, but we don't have a date yet, so we still have to hang it in there a little bit more. For those who doesn't know me, my name is Alex. I'm a volunteer of Paul Stephen Spirit Center. I've been there for around 9 years now, so which is a good time. Today we're gonna talk about Jesus and the Spiritism. However, before I get started, I always like to concentrate or to say a little prayer as well. And what I usually do, I close my eyes. You guys can close your eyes or you can keep your eyes open, whatever makes you feel comfortable. The most important thing in this moment is that we all elevate our thoughts in our Master Jesus, elevate our thoughts in God, and we take this opportunity to thank the universe, thank Jesus, thank our mentors for this week that we have had so far. Thank for the opportunities that we have had. Thank for the food, for the place that we call home. Thank for our friends, our family, our health. And thank for the opportunity to be here today gathering, searching for more knowledge, searching for more advancement, moral advancement, searching for a better world for ourselves and for those who are around us. And before we get started, I would like to say our Father, our Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. But lead us not into temptation, and deliver us from evil. So be it. Thank you. All right. So, as I mentioned before, the topic for today is Jesus and the Spiritism. We always are based on the Gospel according to the Spiritism. You may have a different cover book, but always the content is the same. It's chapter 1, items 3 to 7. All right. I personally like talking about this topic and talking about Jesus because when I talk about Jesus, it helps me or it reminds me why I'm here, why I am incarnated, what's my goal, how I have to behave, how I have to act in certain ways, how I have to, do better on this world, do better with my life. Because if we have read a little bit about Jesus before, we know that Jesus incarnated, he was incarnated in this world on earth many more than 2,000 years ago. And Jesus was actually a God's gift. So God, who created the entire world, sent Jesus in this planet on earth to actually teach us, to help the civilization that was incarnated at that stage to do a little bit better, to understand a little bit better of how we should behave and how, why we were on this planet and what's our main mission. Because basically, Jesus came here, as it says on the gospel. He did not come here to destroy the law. Oh, which law? God's law. But he actually came here to fulfill the law and to reveal us. And which law is that, Alex? You could ask. Which law are you talking about? The law that actually teaches us and proves through the Spiritism now that, the existence of continuous life. We, all of us, you, me, will never die. We are spirits. We are souls that we are incarnated in this moment, and we are going through an experience during maybe 10 years, 20 years, 50, 60. Who knows how long we're going to stay here? Then we just disincarnate. Our soul leaves this body and goes back to the spiritual world. And that's basically what Jesus came. One of his main objectives, main goals that he had at that stage was already to bring this knowledge, to teach us how we had to act, how we had to kind of model him, understand how we actually need to behave, how we need to understand ourselves, how we need to respect ourselves, respect others, because our life, it's a continuous life. We will never die. We will change experience. We will change worlds. Today, we are here. We are able to talk. We are able to hear each other. We are able to have experience. We are able to work. Whatever. Maybe tomorrow, we don't know. Maybe tomorrow we may go back, to the spiritual world, which is happening in parallel to this world. And once we start to understand this existence, everything starts to make more sense to us and also helps us on how we make decisions. Because sometimes nowadays, I have to think about myself as well. When I'm making certain decisions in how I act, I may I may be thinking just about today and tomorrow. However, if I go back to Jesus' teachings, and remember that he came here to explain, to show us that our life will never end, maybe my decisions would be a little bit better. Maybe I would start thinking differently and I would start taking different steps. I would start acting differently. Because when God sent Jesus here in this world, he was needing, God was like, okay, we need to send a model. Because if we go back many, many years ago and we remember about Greece, Italy, so many wars, so many blood had been, happening, people killing people, stealing people, and all because of power, all because of things that are not really important. Why would we kill somebody? Why would we kill a brother, a sister, a father, as people used to do, just in order to be more powerful, just in order to, have more things, or if we kill that people, if we kill that society, we're gonna conquer that area. That's horrible when we think about it. However, it's already gone. At that stage, that's how they knew. And that's as much as they knew, as much as they had knowledge on how to survive. However, now, many, many years have gone over. Jesus already came and Jesus was teaching people, showing people how to be loving, how to be caring. Jesus, when he was here, what he brought to us, he brought his 10 commandments, or I should say, he improved because Moses was before him. And Moses came to start preparing those scenarios, helping him with his mission, with Jesus' mission that he was coming right after. And then Jesus came and he left the commandments, the 10 commandments, that some of them that I even need to have a look. Don't steal, don't kill, do not do bad to the others, and many, many others. So, and it's interesting how those commandments that have been presented to us so many years ago, they're still valid, and we still need to be uh, we still need to bounce by those commandments, because once we understand that, we know that we can evolve. And once we understand that we have the two parallel worlds happening, and we are in constant evolution, we start to make better decisions. We start to act a little bit more proactively, and we start to think before actually we act. Because sometimes we just don't think in terms of, like, for example, why would someone kill each other? Why what would take someone to kill each other? However, maybe lack of faith, whatever it is, we're not here to judge it. We're just here to understand what we can do every day better, what we need to develop on ourselves, which virtues we have, which virtues we should work in order to minimize the defects, the errors that we have is still in our life. For example, I could be like a very angry person, or I could be violent, and I can't be violent. I know that this is wrong. I need to, improve in order to live in society, in order to evolve morally, in order to be a better person. So, but sometimes I may have that feeling with me, and you may have it. And we need to learn, we need to find alternatives, we need to understand which virtues will help us minimizing that violence, minimizing the negative side, because always there is a positive and a negative. And if we concentrate on the positives, that is the best way how we can, diminish the negative ways. Because sometimes we only concentrate on the negatives, we actually putting the focus onto the negative, and we just focused on that part, and we're just looking at your defects, at your problems, and that's not the main goal. And when Jesus came here, that he had all his missions, he had all his workings to do. The thing that he most wanted us to understand was observe him. He wanted to show through his example how we should act. And when we say that, when we read that in a few different books, in the gospel, in the Bible, we can see that he was a caring person. He was a loving person. He had mercy for everyone. He wanted us to understand that we need to help each other. We need to help ourselves, but we do need to help each other, because once we help each other, we evolve together. It's like on working on a company, on a production company. If one person stops right in the middle of, I don't know, placing a little toy inside of a box, what happens if we remove that person right in the middle of the process? The whole process won't happen. People who are at the beginning of the process will keep like throwing stuff, and it's got just gonna pile it up here at this person. And if we actually work together, if we understand the whole process, how evolution also happens individually and in a community sense, we will do better. And a good example, it's what's happening with us nowadays as well. Yeah, like we're going through this coronavirus crisis, and we all having to adapt. We all trying to. There is a purpose, which I don't know which purpose exactly it is. I just know that there is an evolution happening behind of this whole thing, teaching all of us as a community and as individual at the same time to do something different, to recreate ourselves, to have lectures online when we can't have lectures in person, to interact online. Anyway, we need to find different ways. It teaches us and to be charitable. How many people are out there nowadays that lost their jobs? How many people need, a, a plate of food? How many people need, I don't know, a blanket? It's getting cold again. So that's the types of actions that Jesus wanted us to understand. If we observe all his actions, he was a caring person, he was a loving person, he was helping everyone. I haven't read And that's what I was thinking. I searched as well today while I was like trying to add more stuff onto the chat that we have now. I was searching for anything bad about Jesus because I haven't read. I don't know if any of you has read anything, but I've never seen anyone, any book, any article. Well, a few bad articles without proper research, where they would criticize badly Jesus' actions. Because I haven't seen a bad action that Jesus would have killed someone, would have done something wrong, would have been selfish, angry, violent. I haven't. If you have, please let me know because I would like to get that feedback. I would like to research and read more. But before you know um before we search, always remember to try to find whoever wrote it, from wherever you're taking the article. Have a look because I did find some, but the source was not credible at all. I didn't It was like bloggers or people who never studied spiritism or religion or philosophy, so I couldn't really trust in what they were saying. Anyway, coming back to what we were saying, Jesus and the Spiritism. So Jesus came to be our model. Jesus is our model. And nowadays, if we always, when we actually face difficulties or when we face some problems, what I like to do myself and other colleagues as well from the center, they've already said the same thing. They like to ask themselves, what would Jesus do in this situation? Think about it. When you may have some difficulties, you may be going through some very hardship or some hard times, and you don't know what to do. Just question yourself, raise the question to yourself, to your conscious. What would Jesus do if he was here in this situation? Would Jesus reply to that person? Would Jesus be angry to that person as I want to be? Would Jesus, provoke something else? What he would do if we try to use this tool, which is a simple question, I can guarantee we pay attention. I'm saying we because I include myself, of course. We will be doing better. We will be understanding that we are here to evolve. We are here to read more. We are here to help others. And when I say, help others, I don't mean that you have to stop whatever you're doing. Or sometimes, you really can't help others because you're busy with your family, with kids. You have so much stuff going on. And that moment, you just need to help yourself. Because we have to remember one of the teachings of Jesus as well is help yourself. You need to learn about yourself. You need to give love to yourself. So once you are your own structure and your structure is strong, that's when we can actually go out and start doing things. And we can start being charitable. We can start looking around and see what can I do better? Because doing better, helping others, you are evolving morally, which is also part of Jesus' mission when he came here. And that's what the Spiritism, the gospel according the Spiritism, teaches us all the time. That Jesus came here to explain the whole connection between us human beings and spirits, the earth experience and the spiritual world. And Jesus came to show us the model many, many years ago. However, we still struggle. We still struggle to copy his model, to be perfect, because Jesus is the perfect model. That's the model that we should aim to achieve. However, when we say that, many people may feel a kind of big pressure. I understand because when we look at Jesus, we go, I don't want to be perfect. I don't want to be perfect either at this stage because I know I can't. I can't be perfect. And you may relate to it. But the point is, I can improve every day. I can do better. And I'm sure you also can, because when we want to do better, we will. For example, us here, to be online today, to be listening, to be paying attention, to be reading the gospel every now and then, we are doing better. We wanting, we already have this willingness to be better people. We wanting to evolve, and we are always evolving. Every day, the next day, we are better than the day before. This is there is no doubt that we always better, we always improving, because we are going through different experiences. We are learning new paths. We are learning new things that life brings to us. And then it's up to us if we want to be proactive, where we want to take control of our own life, and where we want to study, we want to understand as we have this opportunity to study a bit more, or if we want just to sit down and just wait for life to give us the push, because we also have this option. We have the free will. Every action has a reaction. I can just sit down here in my house and decide to not do anything. Oh, I can't be bothered reading spiritist book or philosophy books or any religious book, anything that will help me evolving. And you may think, I don't want to evolve. Okay, that's fine. You can just sit there. That's okay. However, we know, and I believe majority of you have been through it already, that one day life just swats you, just pushes you, comes like that big wave and start pushing, pushing, pushing. And that's when we feel we're gonna move. So it's up to you. If you take control of your own life and you drive yourself to evolve, or if you just let life come by and push you, it's entirely up to you. We have the choice. We have the opportunity. God gave us this gift, which is Jesus. Brought the model. We already have the model. We already have, all his teachings, all his lessons. Sometimes, I may hear people say as well, "Oh, but I don't like reading books, Alex. I don't like studying. This. I need to study." Okay, that's fine. Nowadays, we have more alternatives. We have movies. We have TED talks. We have lectures online on Netflix. Did not see any, but I saw YouTube. On Netflix, you can see movies. All of it will help you learn more, and help you learning. You are morally evolving, because every day, as soon as we learn how to control the negative impacts that we have, the negative characteristics that we would have, we are getting better. We are improving. But the first thing is, always remember, you need to identify yourself. What's within you? Am I selfish? Am I angry? Am I violent? We need to understand what we are first and what we need to improve. But always remember, go gentle. Go gentle on yourself. Don't try to go hard and try to tackle. Oh, I don't want to be selfish anymore. I don't want to be angry anymore. I don't want to be violent. It becomes hard. And that is true. And that's why we are human beings. We are not Jesus. However, we want to achieve Jesus level. Maybe, we're still going to take many, many years for sure, many, many incarnations, many, many other experience. However, as soon as we try, as soon as we keep on doing better, that's the most important thing. And that's what Jesus wanted to show us. Understand, we are unique. And because we are unique, we need to take control. If we don't take control, we're going to get swamped by, the wave. And then we just stay there. The other thing that I wanted to mention in this part was, yes, that it's totally related to the swamp, that we need to leave the role of being victim. We need to decide, do we want to be in the arena, working, improving ourselves on a daily basis, or we want to just sit down as an spectator and just watch. And that I read from a passage on the book from, what's the name in English? I found it online. Hang on, it's going to come back to me. I did not write in there. I should have written. I'm trying to remember the name of the book. Well, I can't remember now. That's fine. It will come back to me. I'll tell you after before we finish. And when I read that that little sentence, we need to leave the role of victim, and we need to start playing the role of the main actor. I was like, that is so true. Sometimes we just want to be the victim. We just want to be there sitting there and say, no, I don't want to do anything. No, let the world come by, let the world go past. I don't need to do anything for the COVID. No, I can go out. I don't need to stay at home. Follow the rules, or be the main actor of your life. Take care, take actions, because once we take actions, we are driving our own life. We don't need anyone else to drive us, and we know where we're going, and that's the most important thing. Where do you want to be? Where do you want to go? Do you want to be a better person? You can be a better person. You just need to decide to choose how you're gonna do it and go for it. And go slow and be nice to yourself. You don't need to start, taking it too hard. Because Jesus was caring, he was loving, he was affectionate. However, he was persistent. He was a hard-working person. Remember, Jesus in all the lessons, all the books that we read, all these stories, he was going from place to place, helping people, teaching people. Of course, that was his mission. Maybe, we feel that we have a different mission. And we do. I'm sure we do. However, we just have to understand whatever mission we feel that we have, we can be better person. We can be better people. Starting from inside of our house. Remember that always we have our close families, relatives. Once I can be a better person in there, I don't need to go out and try to find, oh, I'm going to help communities. I'm going to do this, do that outside. I'm going to travel to another country. You can do that. There is nothing wrong with that. However, sometimes the main people who you can help, where you can actually start applying all the knowledges that you have acquired from observing Jesus' model, it's around your house, it's around your neighbors. It's loving your neighbors as you love yourself, as doing to others whatever you would like others to do to you. And these are all the teachings that Jesus came here, brought to us, and left for us so many years ago, and they're still valid. And hopefully, we can apply slow is low, take it easy, not go so hard once again on ourselves, because we are only human beings. But if we remember that we already received the biggest gift, which is Jesus being here, and he already explained and showed us the way how to be better, it's just up to us now to improve, to do better, and to follow his model. Okay, that's basically all that I have to cover today about Jesus and the Spiritism. If you'd like, I still haven't remember. I'm still trying to remember the name of the book here. It's the it's downstairs. I'll put after once the video is recorded and goes here on the website. I'll just go back in there and I'll type it up so then you guys can see, because it's a really good book as well. It starts with the M. Can't remember. Anyway, that's all right. Okay, guys, I would like then to say thank you so much for being here. And usually to finalize, I like to also do a prayer where we take this moment to vibrate and send good vibrations, good thoughts to other people. If you have someone that in this moment needs some love, needs a bit of support, think of this person, bring this person to your mind. What I like to do again, and you're more than welcome to do as well, it's close your eyes, or you can keep your eyes open. And let's take this opportunity to thank again God, thank Jesus. I would like also to thank Paul and Stephen, all the mentors of our Spiritism Center, who are staying with us and supporting us and guiding us through this different period that we're going through. I would like to thank all the other mentors who guide all of us who are here watching and listening to this chat that we had today. our thank you. And let's in this moment imagine a light, a bright white light on top of our heads. And on this focus of the light, we pop in there a lot of love, health, all the positive thoughts that you have with you in this moment. Visualize it coming from your body, from your mind, and going towards this light focus on the top of your head. And we ask Poet Stephen and all the other mentors who work in the spiritual world of our center to collect all these vibrations, all these positive thoughts, and to distribute to whatever they to whoever and whenever they consider necessary. That they can take it to hospitals, people living on the streets, some of our relatives, incarnated or disincarnated, so they can distribute, they can split those positive thoughts and convert into help, support to others who are in need in this moment. If, as I mentioned before, if you have anyone in this moment that needs a bit of help, think of this person, imagine you visualize, imagine this person in this moment. Imagine it could be an incarnated, disincarnated person. If you don't have anyone, just vibrate for yourself. And imagine you giving a hug full of love, full of health, where you are transpassing, you are giving all the good energy, all the good thoughts, all the positive energy that you can towards this person or towards yourself. Let's also imagine, visualize our home, the place that we live, and send a blast to this place. Imagine this white light going through all the parts of your house. Bring harmony, bring peace, bring love, bringing commitment. Let's also vibrate for those people who are on the streets, those who are facing difficulties, families who are going through hard times. Let's vibrate for all the doctors, nurses, and all the other professionals who are dealing with the COVID in this tough period. Let's vibrate for all those patients with COVID. Let's vibrate for all these souls who are really disincarnated and they return to the spiritual world. So may God bless them. May God guide them through its arms of spirits who can take them to all the communities located in the spiritual world, receive them and give them all the love, all the support that they deserve. Let's also vibrate for ourselves, imagining again this light on the top of our head, entering into our body and surrounding all our body, bring peace, love, and calmness. And let's finalize thanking God, thanking Jesus, and so be it. Thank you, everyone. It was a great pleasure to be with you again. Next week we should be here as well at the same time. And the lecture in Portuguese about today, which is the same topic, it will be posted on Facebook in the upcoming hours or probably tomorrow, whichever the people find the time to do it. Okay. Thank you so much. Wishing you a good night and a good Sunday tomorrow. Thank you.